Hello and thank you for joining me on another video with Hannah McAndrew, skin specialist and stockist of Jane Iredale Mineral Makeup. Today is going to be a makeup video, so we're going to be applying the Jane Iredale eyeshadow palette, and this one is called Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. So as you can imagine, this is going to be a smoky eye tutorial. So let's just show you quickly the colours here. So we have this colour called Nude, which is quite pale, and it's actually quite a cool nude. So obviously you get quite a bit of that, because the idea is you could use the paler colours in this as like your daytime colours, and then the darker colours for evening. I'm going to try and get a little bit of everything on if I can, just to show you them all. So your paler colour here is called Nude. You have to excuse my nails today as well. I've actually been a model for one of my students. So I teach nails in the academy, so I have a variation of different nail designs on today. After that then we have Violet, which actually on camera looks more nude. Then you have Aubergine, which is obviously the dark purpley colour. Sizzle, which is the lovely smoky black, and then your sheer gold, which has got a beautiful shimmer in it, so hopefully that's picking up there. And for retail you actually get the little sponge applicators, but today I'm going to be using my brushes. I've already applied my base, so I'm actually wearing the Beyond Matte foundation with a little bit of matte powder over the top. Cheeks and bronzer and lip gloss have been applied, and I've kept them fairly straightforward and quite tamed down, because with a smoky eye I think it can be too much to then put everything over the whole face. When I am priming my lids I like to use the Enlighten concealer. So this is called Enlighten number 1. There is a darker one called number 2. This wouldn't be a lid primer for everybody, but it's really, really good for pigmentation. So I've got quite a bit of pigmentation around my eye, which you can see showing up as brown there. Now, it's not a problem really if I'm applying brown colours, but today I'm not. So I'm going to use this, and you can actually see on my finger what a good job this does of concealing the pigmentation. And everything feels very light, as always with Jane Iredale, because you don't have any talc or filler ingredients. It's very, very concentrated pigment. So look at the difference there with the dark circle, one eye to the other. And it doesn't look like I've got anything on in terms of product, so love this. I have got another video on dark circles which I'll link, because some people with their dark circles around the eye, it's actually to do with pigmentation rather than a traditional dark circle, like a thin skin under the eye. Okay, so I don't even need a brush, I can just apply that with my finger. So if you do have any kind of brown tones in your dark circles, this is going to be the product for you. So that's enough to prime. So let's go straight in with our pale colour here, which is called Nude. All over on my fluffy brush. This is a very, very nice, natural, pale pink. It's not cool, it's not warm, so even though it's pale pink, it'll suit pretty much all tones. So that one would go all over, and then I'm going to use the second one along then, which is called Violet, as my transition shade. So with your transition shade, you just want to pop it, not in the crease, just above, so where your brow bone is. Now naturally I've got a bit of pigmentation there, which is quite lucky, because if you didn't you'd have to put some colour there. But I will pop some in just to show you. Plus I really want to see what this looks like, so this is my first time using this. So I'm going straight into this violet colour here on my crease brush. Just popping that just above the crease. Oh, lovely. It's just a little bit of something just to blend my colours into. And because these are absolutely free from fillers and synthetics, your colour goes a long way. I literally just took the tiniest amount on the end of the crease brush there. Ooh, I'm excited about this. Okay. Right, the dark colour then. So this is what I think is going to be quite scary for some people. I'm going to apply it on my liner brush. I'm not going to be using a lot of product because otherwise it could start looking messy. So apply in small amounts and keep building it up. So the first thing I'm going to do is walk it along my lash line. Now, for a more dramatic effect, you could dampen your brush. So if you have like a face spritz that you'd like to use, you could use that. Now, these are quite intense actually. And I'm experiencing something called fallout, which is where your dark colours fall here. So you could hold a tissue there while you apply. Personally, what I do is I wait until I've finished and then I'll go over with my foundation again, just in that area, just like an eraser. Yeah, so you can see it smudged there, look. Let's try and wait until the end. Right, and then with my dark colour, I'm also going to, so I don't know if you can see, I kind of tapered it off. So where the inside of my iris is, that's where my liner is kind of tapered off to there, to nothing. And it's come up and become a little bit fatter at the end, which just makes the eye look a little bit more wide set. I feel like my eyes are a bit close together, so if you can make your liner slightly thicker at the edge, it's going to help you to open the eyes out a little bit. Also quite good on the hooded lid to wing it out slightly. So there we go, I've just winged that out slightly. So let's, where my tail ends, I'm just going to pop it into the crease here and just draw a line just here. In the crease there. Now this is where it gets interesting. You want to take it to about where your pupil is. So I think I've managed to achieve that if I look face on. Okay. And then come out. So this looks bizarre when you first do it. It's called straight line techniques. You literally come out as a straight line across to the end of your eyebrow and back down. And you colour that section in. This is going to look good, I promise. And then you have to blend it. So, crease brush again. So what you're aiming for is that you're taking this lovely dark smoky colour into that transition colour that we applied second. So we're brushing it up into the violet colour there. And you've really got to take your time with this. I hold my brush quite low down and really circle it, so you're getting a really, really good blend. So circle, circle, circle. Okay, I'm also going to draw, so where my liner finishes again, just make sure that's coming up and really coming into that blended colour above the crease there, almost like a wedge. Again, just make sure that doesn't look too obvious, so blend that in. Okay, so it's taking shape. Let me just do a tidy up. So anything that is, if I line up the brush with my nose to the side of my eye, anything below the brush needs to come off. So let me just erase. And at the same time, I'll pick up some of this fallout. Okay. So I want to take this under the eye as well. But I don't want to do it just with black because I think it'll just look too obvious. So I'm going to actually use the same, it's up to you. You could either use the colour that you've already put on or you could use the gold because I'm actually going to put some gold on my lid as well. So for an evening look, let's have some of the gold on my fluffy shader brush. Just pop that right in the middle. Blend it into the black and into the nude colour that we applied first of all. Okay, and that's what I'm going to pop underneath, I think, as well. So a little bit of this gold colour in quite a thick line, actually. And I've already got some dark on my brush from where I did above the eye, so it's going to start smoking under the eye for me with a mix of this gold and black. So that goes all the way across, and that can go quite low down, because we can tidy it up later. Okay, and then directly into the sizzle colour then to do my liner under the eye. I love how you can use these powders as liners as well, and if you wanted a thicker, more dramatic line, you could dampen your brush. I'm only going to take this dark colour to the outer half. I'm making it thicker on the outer edge and really bringing it up so it all connects up with the top liner. So it's thicker on the outer side, tapering right off to just where the inner part of my iris is there. So it's really important that we get this line connected to this top line. If you want to blend some more then, with your crease brush again. So everything's blended together. Now, I want the gold colour in the middle to come out a little bit more than this, so let's just go over again. So I'm literally just applying this where my pupil would be if my eye was open. Okay, I really like this. Okay, so let's do exactly the same on the other eye. So the trick is trying to get the two eyes identical. So if you have a preferred eye, I'd actually do your less preferred eye first, and then you can match it up more easily then. So I think I'm pretty even each side here. I'm not getting anything kind of below where it shouldn't be on each side. Yeah. Let me just add a little bit more liner on this eye. Okay, happier with that. Now, once you've completed the shadows, you could obviously go in and put your eyeliner and mascara on. I'm actually going to pop a little bit of under eye concealer on in Active Light. So this is a light reflecting concealer that I'm also going to use to highlight. So I'm definitely going to apply under the eye, because if any shadow has fallen, it's obviously going to look darker, even though I've erased it with my foundation brush. I'm just going to pop a little bit under here. I'm also going to pop it down the middle of the nose. And sort of like a triangle shape up here. You haven't got to be accurate about this. Triangle shape. Middle of the nose. Here. Above the top lip. Cheekbones. Under the eyebrow. Just in the middle of the chin to bring that out, and just underneath where we've applied bronzer. So this is a very nice highlight that's very subtle, so it doesn't have any shimmer to it. I'm just going to blend it in with the Jane Iredale Camouflage number 10 brush. having to open my mouth to get under my eye there. And when you're doing under the eye, it's good to take it to the side of the nose here, and just onto the apple of the cheek. It's really going to bring everything out. So this could also be used as an eraser. So I'm hoping we're seeing already the brightening there. It just gives a little bit more pout, a little bit more of a finished look. So that was my smoky eye tutorial. Really hope that you've enjoyed. The products that I've used I shall list in the comments with all the colours, etc. And we do have the online store coming very soon, but everything is available to purchase in Salon. I'm based down in South Wales. We are having a free makeup event on the 25th of March, and makeup consultations are available to book online on hannahmcandrew.com. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you on another video again soon.